We want to see borders. We want to see strong military. We want to see money not wasted all over the world. We don't want to see Russian ships right off the coast of Florida, which is what they are right now. That's unthinkable. We want to see just success for our country. And we don't have success right now. We have inflation that's killing everybody. We have levels of inflation that nobody's seen for, they say 42 years, they say 53 years, and they say 75 years. I would say probably all of them are wrong. Probably we've never seen levels like this before. And we're going to end that. We're going to bring back our jobs. We're going to bring back common sense to government. We're going to have strong borders, and we're going to have people come into our country, but they're going to come in legally. They're not going to pour in from prisons all over South America and all over the world. And it's not just South America, by the way. It's all over the world. And we're not going to have them pour in from mental institutions, which is where they're coming from, large numbers, and large numbers are terrorists. And we're not going to have this. So what's happening to our country is of great concern to the group of people standing alongside of me. And I just wanted to say that we have great unity. We have great common sense.
All right, joining us now, someone who was inside that closed-door meeting on Capitol Hill. He's the Speaker of the House. Mike Johnson is with us. Mr. Speaker, welcome back. Great to have you. Can we just settle one thing once and for all here? Did President Trump, it's been attributed to him that he took a shot at Milwaukee. Did he do that?
No, I didn't hear it, and I was sitting right next to him. I introduced him this morning at breakfast where he started the day. He spoke for an hour without notes, Sean. He can stand up there and hold court as long as he wants. As you know, President Trump is on his A game. And I'm telling you, in the room this morning, there was energy, enthusiasm, excitement. We had colleagues in there, Sean, who were commenting after his visit with us this morning, the House Republicans, that they haven't been this excited about the future of our country in 40 years. That's what one of my colleagues told me. Look, there's a palpable energy. In his words, something he said this morning, he said, something's happening in America, and we see it. There's a demographic shift going on in all these different segments of the population. We're headed for a great November. We have to run like we're 10 points behind, but I'm convinced Donald J. Trump is going to get a second term as president. We're going to retake the Republican majority in the Senate, and we're going to grow the House majority in the House, and that's going to be a good day for America.
If you go issue by issue, if you go to law and order, you go to the economy, if you go to immigration, if you go to America's role on the world stage, I don't see where the Democrats run on any policy of success. Let's start at the border. Let's start at the fact that we've identified ISIS, people with ISIS connections now in this country. You know, then we've got people coming from Venezuela. Then we have people coming from Yemen and Iran and Syria and Egypt and Afghanistan. 30,000 Chinese nationals since October, 26,000 Chinese nationals last year, tens of thousands of, unvetted Joe Biden illegal immigrants from our top geopolitical foes. Congressman, how is that not a clear and present danger to this country right now?
Well, it absolutely is. And, Sean, everybody around the country recognizes that. We've been saying for 3 years every state's a border state now because it is. As you and I have discussed so many times, we documented 64 specific executive actions that Joe Biden took to open that border wide. And they've invited all these dangerous people into our country, and they've taken up the invitation and come here. It's a serious situation. The FBI director's testified 3 or 4 times in Congress now in recent months that all the red lights are flashing. And what he means is we've got dangerous persons, we've got terrorists on our own shores, in our country, because Joe Biden opened that border wide. And everybody knows it, Sean. I've been traveling around the country the last 6 months. I've done events in 123 cities in 29 states now. And it doesn't matter whether I'm in a blue state, in a swing district, the message is the same. The people are fed up with this. They're fed up with the open border, what it's doing to them, their security, their feeling of safety, and of course the cost of living, the rising cost of crime, all these things that are compounding the problems that we can fix. And I think for that reason, the American people are going to give us a chance to do that.
Every crime, every murder, every rape, and eventually, I pray to God I'm wrong, if a terror attack happens by Joe Biden's unvetted illegal immigrants and his open borders policies, now at 11 million unvetted in this country, he's got blood on his hands. What did President Trump specifically say he would do on the border? I assume he probably said just go back to the policies that were working when he left office.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. See, President Trump is a bold leader, and he understood. He ran on the border. He reminded us back in 2015, border, 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 because he saw this disaster coming, and he got control of it because he used his authority. He used executive orders for the right policies. He instituted Remain in Mexico, where people had to stay on the other side of the border to adjudicate their claims for asylum. That's a no-brainer. The Border Patrol agents have told us, and the leaders of that agency said, if President Biden would just issue that executive order, Remain in Mexico again, we could reduce the flow by 70% at the border. But he will not do it, Sean. You know why? You know why. Because they want the open border, because they want to turn these people into voters. And we're working hard to prevent that from happening as well. So many problems.
What did the president say he'd do on the economy? What did he say he'd do with Israel, with Ukraine? What did the president say that he would do to get energy prices down and get the American people, get money back in their pocket?
Well, a lot on all of those fronts. With regard to the economy, we've got to revive the American economy again, and we know how to do it because you and I both know after the first couple of years of the Trump administration, we had the greatest economy in the history of the world, not just the U.S. Why? Because we implemented policies that we've all always believed in. We reduced the regulatory burden on job creators, innovators, entrepreneurs to allow the economy to thrive, and we reduce taxes on job creators as well and hardworking families. We got to make those tax cuts permanent because they're going to expire soon, and that'll be the largest tax increase in U.S. history if we don't fix it in next year. And we've got to get to getting the regulatory state under control. Under Joe Biden, they've weaponized the agencies and smothered American business in the free market. We can reverse that. Yeah. President Trump's ready to do it. He's got so many plans. We could spend all night talking about it. We're excited to implement those things, and I think we're going to get a chance.
95 days, Congressman, early voting starts in Pennsylvania. 95 days from tonight. Speaker Johnson, thank you.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.